Okay, in this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to graph data in a spreadsheet. This is using Microsoft Excel. The data we have here is battery voltage, two different batteries, an Energizer battery and an Amazon brand battery, over time. Here's the time in seconds. And there's a lot of data here in these columns. If you look at, I think it goes down to about 8,600, I can't remember exactly. Yes, so about almost 8,700 lines of data here. One thing that's important to note as you're looking at your data, I've got to make sure that I have time values all the way down to the bottom of the data. If for some reason I didn't have numbers in this first column that followed all the way down, so in other words I had more voltage data than I did time data, my graph wouldn't turn out right. So make sure that you have, the easiest way to do this is put, of all of the data sets, put the longest one in first so that we have enough time values in that column. Okay, so I want to graph the voltage of these two columns, and so I simply highlight those two columns. I click Insert, go over here to Line Graphs, and there are a lot of other options for graphs, but I want a line graph, and I'm going to choose the first one. And it gives me a pretty good little graph just by doing that. In fact, it looks good, other than we can change the title. We could add voltage over here if we wanted to. But what I don't like is this x-axis right here. This isn't in seconds or minutes or hours like I would have liked. It's actually just numbering the rows. So what I'll do is double click on the chart. I've already done that, which gives me this toolbar up here, and I choose Select Data. Come down here to the horizontal axis. You'll see on the legend, we've got our two batteries, and that's correct. On this horizontal axis, I'm going to click Edit, and then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to choose column A. Click OK, I click OK again, and you can see that now I've got time in here, and it's in seconds. The only other problem is I don't really like that. I don't like that it's 5,600 seconds. I want something that I can understand, so I think minutes would be better for me. So how I'd do that is I come up here to column B, right click, and insert a new column. And I'm going to calculate, I'm going to change this value into minutes. And so I'll drag my header over there. I'll come into this column, I hit the equal sign, which means I'm starting a formula. So I want this cell to equal this cell divided by 60. And I hit enter. There we have it. Now that's in minutes. And I don't like that many decimal points either, so I'll come up here and reduce the number of digits after the decimal. I think I'll just go one digit. And then to drag this down, I simply move over here, come to this bottom right-hand corner, and I double click, and it fills in the rest of the cells there. Okay, now back over to the chart. It still has the old data, so I double click on the chart. We should open up this toolbar. I come to Select Data. I want to change the horizontal axis again. This time I want it to base off of column B. Click OK, and it's done. So that's how you make a chart in Excel. If for some reason we didn't want this extra data out here, we could also go down and delete that data and redo the chart so that we don't include that. But that's the way that you make a chart. And then Excel is pretty nice. You have lots of options for colors, different formats, different types of charts. You play around with it and find the best way to display your data in a way that's meaningful.